take him to his mother's house with some money. So how is that somebody's looking for you? He was nobody when I was out there. If he was somebody, I would have came after him.
All right, look. One of the biggest interviews of the year just happened, and I don't feel like it's getting enough attention. Tom Cross, the man convicted of killing former self-proclaimed kingpin Kevin Chiles' mother, along with another young woman, just spoke out for the first time in 35 years, and he did it on the Real Big Fruit podcast. Denouncing all the violent claims and proclaiming his innocence, Tom Cross and the Real Big Fruit podcast have provided a very in-depth look into his situation and his incarceration over the past 35 years for acting in concert with the crime. Let's take a look at a little bit of that.
First of all, I want to say, right, I'm innocent of the crime that I'm in jail for. The situation happened, I understand what happened, and I found out what happened. When I found out what happened on the day that I found out, I called Kevin Chiles, and I spoke to him on the phone and told him, get the person that said I had something to do with it, his mother getting murdered and another female getting murdered. He exactly told me, do not come down to my store. I don't want to see you. Do not come down to my store. I said, hold up. I want to resolve this issue that you're going around saying that I had something to do with your mother getting killed. He kept saying, don't come down here. So when he said, don't come down here, I figured this was over with. So when it wasn't over with, I said, hold up, I got to see what he's saying again. So when I called him again, he didn't answer the phone. So now when he didn't answer the phone, I just left it alone because he was no threat to me.
All right, peace. Respect to Medina, man. This interview came by way of the Big Fruit podcast. They out of Brooklyn. He got Tom Cross to speak out for the first time in 35 years. You feel me? A lot of people wanted to hear what he had to say about the situation, if anything, and he got him to speak. So salute to him. Get over there and run it up. The link is in the description box. I just want to touch on a few key points. What I got, about 5 or 6 of them or whatnot, that went on during that thing, man. One of the first ones is the dude Tom Cross said people bigging up the crime, and it's all built on a lie. It's based on a lie, and they're making them look bad. You feel me? So by that, I took it. He probably trying to get back, and people putting out content about the type of individual he was back then and the crimes he committed and the crimes he locked up for. Consequently, is not making it look so good for him to get back off them charges. But dude said he should ask for clemency. Now I don't know how that go, but if he proclaiming his innocence, I don't know if they're gonna take no pity on it. He gonna have to swallow his sword. You feel me? Say what they want you to take responsibility. They want you to be accountable for your actions. They want you to take responsibility for them when you go in front of that board, when you speaking to them people or whatnot. So if you're going up there claiming you innocent, you're gonna have to get it overturned in order to come home. That'll be his best. That's his best and only option. You feel me? Outside of a compassionate release is getting it overturned. And I don't know how good he's gonna be able to do that with the information that was presented, but it was very in depth. What they were speaking about on that podcast, man. Tom Cross said he didn't do it at all and he wasn't there. He said there was a dude named OG Ty running around saying that sounded like something Tom would do. That sounded like something Tom would do. And then outside of that, one of the witnesses in the case said that they saw him leaving before the shooting. They saw him with a gun leaving, but before the shooting or whatnot. You feel me? Now, that was, I guess, testified at trial. A witness also said that they did not say, his attorney was arguing that the witness involved did not say that she either observed nor did she testify at trial that she saw or that Tom Cross did any of the shooting. So, they were saying he wasn't responsible for killing anybody. But I believe he's charged with being in concert with a crime, and he did all this time. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's just charged with straight murder of them women because he got co-defendant or whatnot. And they didn't get into the particulars of that. They were just speaking about, the issues, him proclaiming his innocence and showing, I guess, his version of proof that he could be. You know what I mean? He said Kevin didn't want to see him because he had a reputation. Dude asked if he thought Kevin feared him, and he said, yeah. I believe that, especially after his mother's death. And those women get found in an apartment because he said that he called him. Now, that's something I didn't know. I didn't know he called that man and tried to arrange a meeting, and Kevin wouldn't take it. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's strange fruit right there, ain't it? I can't. My emotion would have superseded my intellect in that situation. I'd have took the meeting just to kill him. Get a bead on him, something. I mean, if this is who I believe did this, and he got the audacity to hit me up, like, hey, who told you that? This and that and the other. Get them together and let's hook up. Yeah, we're gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'd have been a dead one, a dumb one in jail, but I'd have been a little bit more impulsive in that situation. You feel me? And I spoke to Don Diva Eyes, and he enlightened me about, emotional decisions. You feel me? Emotion versus logic and rationale. And, that's what they used in a situation. Let me see where I'm at. Funny thing is this, though. Tom Cross said, I thought he said, what happens in the street stays in the street. We handle it in the streets. He said that he was on Rikers Isle with Crusader Rob, and Crusader Rob wanted to handle it in the streets, but Kevin Chiles disregarded that and brought that female to court. Now, he said that after the dude from the Big Fruit podcast asked him, was it true that Kevin Chiles dragged that girl to court and this and that and the other blase split? And he answered, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man, how to look at that. It's three sides to every story. It's his, and it's God's. You know what I'm saying? But then he went on to say at about the 11-minute mark or so that Kevin Chiles was a nobody out there. You know what I'm saying? He he was a nobody. If he was somebody, I'd have came for him. You feel me? And like he said, how is somebody looking for you when, old girl offered to take them over there to his mother's house or whatnot in order to, I guess, get some money that was owed up or something like that? Listen, at the end of the day, to me, he said some stuff that makes some sense, but I don't know if it's enough for him to get back on this case off of. You feel me? Go check that Big Fruit podcast out. Lastly, he said the detective Lawrence D. Angelica or whatnot, something like that. A man's supposed to confess to the crimes that Tom Cross in that for. And when an attorney contacted the detective had some pause about Tom Cross's guilt. You feel me? Like, I guess at one point the attorney said, let me know the real. I ain't gonna waste my time if you feel like dude guilty of this and that and the other. And the cop couldn't say that. So I don't know, man. Jump over there, check that out. Jump in the comment box. Let me know how you feel about it. You think dog gonna get back? You think dog could possibly be innocent? Or you think he's just trying to come home because he's been locked up for so long and proclaiming his innocence, so he's standing on it? I don't know. Could be either or. Peace to the 5% nation of gods and earths. Until we meet again, I'll be back.